dang
6
button.
o'clock. Hit the damn button.
Did you hit it? It looks like I
Yeah,
hit it, but I don't hear the music.
really. I
Nothing's
don't
happening.
like hear nothing's happening. What?
In a world of
You
smoking stories where
shitting
the
me?
good times flow, there's a podcast
Fuck's
rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The cigar loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The cigar loons are living out their podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, the spark. Now the light.
Hello and good evening, everyone.
The airwaves, leaving their mark.
Jeez Louise.
They talk
this
of
is
life
shocking
and laughter and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear.
Right.
Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The cigar loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day. With tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen, the cigar loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The cigar loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The cigar loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the loons until the very end.
Well,
Hello and welcome
I,
to the
I was
Cigar
gonna
Loons
share. I was gonna share it on my Facebook, and I can't figure out how to do it.
Oh, don't hit buttons, Grumpy. Don't hit buttons.
Yeah, that's it, man. I can't push buttons once we get started. I end up in places I don't need to be. Woo, boy.
Gaz is taking a breath while he gets over the frustration of everything going wrong in the beginning. I am lighting up my M81 by Drew Estate Blackened
Yeah.
cigar, Corona Double. It is beautiful. You may hear more about it in a little bit here.
I hear you.
Well, of course. Of course. Good evening. Good
He's
evening,
back.
everyone, to the Cigar Loons Podcast, of course, live from England in America. And, of course, it's the
Why'd you
Cigar
put
Loons
England first?
Awards Night. And guess what? You don't have to be dressed up like all them posh people at the Oscars and everything. It's basically our unique night where we celebrate the cigars that we smoked over the last year and where we place them from
Yeah.
boutique to
Come here.
legacy. And this is the thing. So basically,
Mm.
last year, of course, if you watched, we did 10 premium, 10 boutique. Sorry. This year, we're going to be doing 5 boutique and 5 premium, and we're going to be talking about them tonight with the Cigar Awards. And of course, as Matthew just said to you, he's going to be smoking, of course, the M81 double, Corona Double or double. I'm going to be smoking, of course, The Circle of Life, West Tampa by Ricky Rodriguez. Grump, what are you smoking tonight, bro?
Ah, I've been waiting on this one for so long. Lost, Lost Reaper. It's that beautiful
Mm-hmm.
Candela from Honeybee Cigars. I've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting.
Oh my life. Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all go
Well,
quiet for
to
forget what you
anyone,
was talking about?
He's lighting his
well,
cigar.
of course, to anyone, on Instagram,
Damn.
thank you, of course, for joining us tonight. Also on Rumble, and of course, hello to anyone that's joining us here on YouTube. If you're on Instagram and you fancy coming and joining us in the comments on YouTube, look for the Cigar Loons Podcast on YouTube and come and follow us and come and comment in the comments. And of course, let's get this show on the road and let's get it started tonight with our awards night. And you know something, me and the guys got together over the last week and we put this list together. And I definitely think it's a strong list with what we've got tonight. And of course, as we can see, it's the awards night. So let's get going. And we're going to give you both our takes and everything on the cigar. So, of course, we're going to start tonight. And we're going to be starting with If It Plays and It Doesn't Shaft Me Up. Which, of course, we're getting there. So, boutique cigars, top 5. So, we're going to start with the boutique cigars, top 5. And straight out the bat tonight, winning 5th place, of course, is Honeybee Cigars with the Lost Reaper. And Grump, tell us more about that cigar, my brother, and why, of course, we chose Honeybee tonight.
Well, let me just say, uh, that this was hard fought. Um, we all three have our individual hang-ups about cigars. Mine, I love a Candela wrapper, especially a good one with that nice sweet grass flavor. That just sets it off, and that's what this Candela wrapper. Now I can't give you any secrets on binder and filler, but this Candela wrapper right here, man. It has that sweet, light, grassy flavor right off the bat. Um, when you get into this thing, it's like a very light, sweet, grassy notes, like a light, almost like a light hay. It's really about everything you would really want for those who enjoy a good Candela. You know, this right here is extremely hard to beat because it's just smooth from one end to the other, and like I said, it's got that
Yep.
very light aromatic thing. Only this one has a little bit of a twist. Um, I heard that in there whispering.
Well,
D-
who's whispering?
my my meds are kicking in. I'm hearing Matthew whispering.
Oh no, I'm just
Yeah,
brain
no,
dead.
but this Candela right here, there's a note in here that is very unique and very different. And if you know what a nice tea bag smell, you imagine that as a kind of a sweetened type note to a cigar. Yeah, man, that just kind of,
My head went somewhere else.
well,
Dirty bastard.
there you go.
But yeah,
But yeah, it has that
it's a
very
good cigar.
unique. It is, yeah, a very unique flavor profile. And like I said, I fought to get this
Yeah.
in here. Yeah,
five and a half be 45 ring gauge. Of course, like
Mm-hmm.
Grumpy said, ultra premium Candela binder undisclosed, fillet undisclosed, and it is a mild bodied cigar. So well done to Bree, and of course, our sponsor of the
Yes.
Cigar Loons podcast on getting number 5. So up next, of course, in number 4, and we've got, of course, another friend of ours, and that, of course, is Balladonna Cigars with the wild card. And it's a Robusto 5B50. Wrapper, of course, is San Andreas Maduro. Binder, Ometepe, and fillet Candiga, and it's a medium to full. And another great cigar. And guys, of course, I know you've smoked it, and I haven't got around to smoking it yet. But Matthew? Why did we choose the wild card?
So I picked I voted for this cigar because one, it is absolutely one of my two favorites from her brand, and it could switch depending of the day. Um, but the best thing about it, it is in her lower price range, so it's a little bit more affordable, and it is just a fantastic cigar. It's got that dark coffee, a little bit of cocoa in it. It's got some of that black pepper. It's got this beautiful sweet tobacco note that I
Yeah.
just absolutely love. And, you know, it's just a great little cigar. I have had I've had quite a few of them at this point, and I just absolutely love it, and I just like to keep it around, and it has become a regular in my humidor. So for me, it deserved this spot because it really took me
Yep,
away from the standard choices.
yep. Grump,
I
you got any
see.
take? You
I,
got any take on, of course, why you chose it as well tonight on the list with what Matthew said?
yeah. Well, I'm right in the boat with Matthew because if you want a good, in my opinion, medium to full cigar, and it's like he said, you get that cocoa, you get that dark coffee, that dark roast, just that grab you coffee flavor. Um, it I and I'm gonna have to say that this is probably my favorite out of Chantel's portfolio, but I have to I have to hold in reserve, because she's awesome people, man. Just just so y'all know,
Yep,
she's down to earth people, talk to you just like you see us carry on. She's good folks. So the Queen runs a close second for me. Uh, but yeah, that wild card, man, is and like Matthew said, it's a little more aimed at my pocketbook as far as that goes. But
yep,
I
yep,
mean, yeah, it's another one of those that it's hard to beat. Really, it's very you know, it's almost one of those you kind of fall in with once you have a couple. You kind of
yep.
you start looking for it. You
Mhm.
know, but yeah, that right
So of
there,
course,
man, that was probably our best.
yep.
Out of that
So
portfolio,
of course,
that I'm well pleased with that.
yeah. So of course, so far on our awards night tonight, of course, Brie with the Honeybee Lost Reaper Candela got number 5, and of course we've got Balladonna with the wild card. And of course, just want to say hello to our great friend Larry, who's watching,
Yeah, man.
and he says he's got a Bailey's Irish Cream, good flavour for me if I'm spoiling myself. So there we go.
Sure.
So
That's
of
what it's all
course,
about. That's why you
let's crack
enjoy a
on.
cigar. That's your
Let's
private
crack on.
spoil me. That's your spoil me time. What we cracking on about?
Let's crack on with the list.
Oh, well, you know where we're
So,
at. I'm lost.
Oh my god.
I'm
so
just
in
in the
it, so in
corner
at
doing
number
my
3,
thing.
of course, we've got Lewis cigars with with fish sticks. Oh,
Oh,
for Pete's
okay,
sake.
yes.
Every single week. Grumpy's in his corner. He's in the naughty corner.
That's
But yeah, of course, we've got Lewis cigars with the fish sticks. And it's a box press Rothschild. It's a 4.25
yes.
by 46 ring gauge Nicaraguan Habano 2000. A Stali Ligero binder. And Omitepe Ligero Estali Jalapa, which of course is the filler. And medium to full bodied cigar. And we had a great time, of course, with Lou from Lewis Cigars, and big thank you, of course, to everyone from Balladama, of course, to Bree, of course, to Louis that sent us the care packages for the guys to smoke the cigars. So, Grump,
Awesome.
go with you first, and then go down to Matthew and get the takes. So, why did we choose Lewis Cigars on the fish sticks, my bro?
Oh, man, that thing just it's hard to explain, but it just had a flavor profile that was um I don't know, man. It was just something different. It was very pleasing, very enjoyable. And I mean, it's one of those that I mean, you could enjoy that, out sitting on the boat, whether you're fishing or just riding. I mean, you can enjoy
Yep.
that thing with a round of golf. That fish sticks, you could enjoy that cigar pretty much doing anything you want to do. And it gives you a lot of good flavor. It don't necessarily have to be a special occasion cigar, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but and my mind has done ran away with me, as far as the memory goes. But I want to say there was something unique. There was a unique flavor note in that cigar, and I can't for the life of me. It won't come to me.
Well, maybe I
But
can help with that.
there was something. One of them I remember we had like an orange peel kind of thing to it, but I don't know
Yep.
that I don't think that was it. But there was something different, and like you said, Matthew, you probably got it in there. It just ain't coming to this brain. The corner's vacant right now, so let me
Sure.
give the floor to you.
All right, brother. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
honestly, that cigar to me, it was a punch in the mouth. It really it just has this beautiful, intense black pepper on the first light up, and then it moves to the retro hail, and it just is intense, but it's just really nice. And then on top of that, you've got this heavy leather,
Mm,
and then there's like a cinnamon note in there. That is what is like this warming kind of
Mm-hmm.
constant, and I just loved it. To me,
thank
especially
you.
in its range, in what it is being a shorter smoke. A lot of the times with a shorter smoke, you don't get that intense flavor. You don't get those complexities. And I
Right.
just thought it really did a great
Yep.
job of standing up to itself in that little format, and I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the thing. You know something? I know, of course, you guys enjoyed that cigar, and it's why it's on the list. And you know something? It's great. You got to try that cigar and to
Mhm.
smoke it, and that's the thing about it. And this is why we enjoy doing what we're doing and talking about cigars and stuff. And we can bring you this information. So, of course, up next at number 2, and
Mhm.
last year it was kind of our winner, and
Getting tighter.
of course, West Tampa won last year, but this year this year they're at number 2, and it's of course West Tampa Tobacco Company, and it's the Circle of Life, and it's what I'm smoking tonight. So it's the Toro,
Mm.
and it's the 6050 Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro, of course the wrapper, binder Ecuadorian Sumatra, and the filler is Corojo 99, Candiga, and Esteli Jalapa, and it's a medium bodied. And this cigar was, of course, 2 guys that got together with Ricky Rodriguez, of course, leaning under Ernesto Perez Carrillo, and they got together and they made this cigar. And it's one of my favorites. It just showcases what Ricky and, of course, what Ernesto put together with their great minds and what a cigar they could put together. And I smoked a shitload on, and I really enjoyed. I know, of course, you guys have smoked it. Grump, I know you got to try the original release before it came out. But to me, it's also, it burns brilliantly. I've never had a problem with the cigar. Constant burn, nice
Right.
ash, great tastes of the nice coffee in it. I get some charred meat in it, and it pairs brilliantly with a great whiskey. And it's why I wanted West Ham on the list again this year. But Grump, go with you and then go with Matthew. Your takes, of course, on the Circle of Life, my bro.
Well, like you said, um, for whatever reasons, unknown to us, but there was like a difference in the first one that we were able to try, and the current one that we have now. And we were all wondering about differences, things of that nature. Uh,
Yep.
some, yes. Did it hurt it? No. Um, and really, I can't say that I've not that I noticed like a large difference, of anything changing there. And it's like you said, that's one of those cigars that it is kind of that oddity because you get that charred, like a charred grilled meat kind of thing with it.
Yep.
That's the uniqueness of that cigar, and it didn't lose that. It didn't change. Whatever did, I don't know, but it's still the same very enjoyable, very very palatable cigar that the first one.
Yep.
It's still top shelf. I mean, there you can't find anything bad to say about that cigar. I mean, it was very well put together, and of course, you can't talk about West Tampa, Ricky, without mentioning the previous accomplishments, the previous histories
Yeah.
that gentleman
Hmm.
had before he ever got to West Tampa, you know, where he's at today. And
Hmm.
when you look at the legacy, the history, the trail that he's left, you know, it, there's no way that can be a bad cigar. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Matthew,
know.
do you want to give your take on it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could add a whole lot to what Grump just said and what you said about it, other than, the thing that I like about it was that it was so unique. That, like you said, that savory, meaty quality. There's only been a couple cigars I've smoked that have that,
Yeah.
and it really just sets itself apart from the rest of everything we've smoked this year. Now, you
Yeah.
know, The next one that we're about to talk about might be slightly more complex, but this one had such good notes and such, sharp, unique flavor profile that it just really earned this number 2 spot.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, that's one of those really. Uh, I feel like our 1 and 2 could have went to a coin toss as far as in a lot of people's minds. Of course, they don't know the other one yet, but
I think
it,
I think a lot of the list though, Grump, even with Honeybee, even with course Belladonna, even with Louis,
yeah,
any of them other 3 cigars that we put on that list could have
yeah,
been up there in number 1.
they're all
Any of
winners.
them.
I mean,
Yeah, they're all winners in
you,
our
you
eyes.
know,
And it wasn't fair to do 10. It wasn't fair to do 10 because of placing them. That's why we choose 5, because in our eyes, these are the 5 cigars that have really stood out to us this year. And of course,
Oh yeah.
Honeybee in number 5, of course, Belladonna in number 4, Louis, of course, at number 3, and West Tampa, of course, at number 2. And this is the thing, even with what we're going to be bringing in the next bit of the show, of course, with the legacy brands, either one of them on that list is
yeah.
a standout cigar that could have won number 1. But of course, let's give a big drum roll. We should hear it if it's playing.
Yeah, it is.
So there's a drum roll. And of course, in at number 1, so number one. And of course, at number 1, if it's come up on the screen, this is technical issues tonight. Yeah, so there we
Obviously.
have, of course, number
There
1.
we go.
And well done, of course, to
Mm,
George Rico. Grana Bano Cigars with the STK Black Dahlia. And just a couple of things on, of course, the Black Dahlia. So, of course, the Black Dahlia cigar is Robusto, 5p52, medium bodied. It's a Corojo shade grown Nicaraguan. Wrapper, of course, oh, that's the wrapper, sorry. Binder is a Bano Nicaraguan. Filler is a Bano Nicaraguan Cubita, Colombia, and Costa Rica. And you know something? It's a cigar I didn't get to try, but I have smoked one years back. And the guys got to smoke it, of course, when George Rico came on the show. And big shout out, of course, to George Rico for the care package they sent out to the guys from Gran Habano. And well done on getting number 1. And of course, Matthew, let's get on to you and why we chose, of course, the Black Dahlia.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was hands down the most complex cigar I smoked all year that was made by a boutique cigar brand. It was not overpowering in any one note. It had layers of flavor. It was just sort of the most well-rounded cigar that I can remember smoking. Um, being a medium, it doesn't hit into that higher power range that I like to sit in, but it just made me so happy sitting there smoking it, that I just couldn't leave it off this list, and it ended up here because of the conversation we had. So, um, yeah, that's where I sit with it.
Grump, what about you on, of course, Gran Habano and the Black Dahlia, my brother?
well, I I have to agree. I mean that that was a very memorable, because I had always wanted to try it, and finally there it was. And it was just it it was so flavorful, and just like Matthew said, it wasn't overbearing with any one flavor note, but the way it was constructed and put together, it just kind of would the way it blended, it would just kind of ease you out of one flavor note into another, and sometimes it was subtle, and you like really had to like stop and think about it, did that just change? But it was so
Yep.
smooth, and it's like you said, it wasn't overpowering with any of those notes, but everything had a nice firm, um, I guess the difference. You could the changeovers. You could tell
Yep.
they differentiated themselves very well. Let me spit that out there. Act like I know what I'm talking about. But 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 yeah, it was though, man. That was, like you said, that had to be one of the most memorable ones, that we run into this year, for all the above reasons, and probably a half a dozen more we could come up with.
Right.
But yeah, that was
Yeah.
very, very pleasing cigar.
You know
What do
something?
you remember
I
about
think the
it when
story
you
stood
smoked
out
it?
when I
Mhm.
remembered this. It was a very great burning cigar. I loved the band. It stuck out to me with the taste. And even though I got to smoke the one, I wanted to smoke more of Granabano. I wanted to try more of Granabano. And with digging, and you know me, guys, like I said before, and like we said on the podcast, I'm a bit of a murder buff. I like watching murder mysteries and stuff.
What?
And the whole thing of the Black Dahlia murders, of course, in America, and then to find out from George himself, there's, yeah, the cigars to do around the Black Dahlia, of course, with the flower, the woman's face on it. It just made me go, you know what? I've just fallen in love with that cigar even more because it's around that. And you don't see many people do stuff around murders and stuff of what's happened. But just had a comment here, so let's see what the
Yeah,
comment is. And here we go. So, of course, Grumpy, would you suggest trying them?
yeah,
Would it be worth it to me? I imagine you saying Grump.
yeah. I was looking at the other previous couple of comments. He's trying to quit. He's trying to quit that
Hmm.
other tobacco habit.
Right.
That
Yep.
where they put those, what is it, parasites or parazines or
Whatever.
something in there that
Chemicals,
uh,
brother.
uh,
Chemicals.
Tinker,
yeah,
whatever it
Chemicals.
is.
yeah, they're chemicals anyway. That's the addiction. It's not the nicotine. That's where we've been lied to all these years. And no, we don't inhale. I know the three of us,
Hmm.
you
Right.
know, don't inhale as far as
No.
cigars.
Oh no.
And you can always
And
find deals, you know, as far as that goes. You can
and
always find
yeah,
deals. And
Larry,
and as
I would say to you before you drop yourself in hot water, Grump.
yeah.
Larry, if you want to know pricing, because he did put a
Oh well,
message on
yeah.
Instagram
Yeah, I don't talk
about
about
what
none of that.
prices.
Yeah.
We don't discuss prices of cigars on the podcast, but if you want to
No.
know a reasonable price for a cigar, then of course get in touch with Grumpy by Instagram. And you can find him, of course, at Grumpy underscore cigar underscore preacher 58. And he can tell you. But for me personally, I'd say start on the Connecticut route. Have a Connecticut cigar, try Connecticut, and
Yeah.
see how you go on that, and then work your way through. That's what I'd
Yeah,
say
and
from
Yeah.
my personal view. But Grump, I'll get back to you, my bro.
well,
No, that
yeah,
that that yeah, go ahead, Matthew.
I would just add, this is our top whatever list, top five boutique, top five premium. As much as these cigars are fantastic, I would not start with any of these.
No.
Oh no,
No,
these
none of these
oh
are
yeah,
starter sticks.
None of these are going to be beginner smoke, and it's not because I think you can't handle it. It's because will just it might sour you on the whole concept all around. Let's start with something mild.
Right.
start with something that's going to ease you into this beautiful lifestyle that we've all now chosen. Um,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah, I wouldn't start with any of these, but
Yeah.
these are ones to work towards, is
But
for
these
sure.
Yep.
rose-colored glasses. Oh, sorry.
Easy, Tiger.
Jesus Christ,
But
you
but
doing some
but
singing
but
tonight, my brother? Jeez.
I'm I know, but even there's that. Yeah, like I said, this is our awards thing and all, and I don't want to get strayed too far off path. But that's one thing coming into this. You've just pretty much got to put your foot in the water and see what's pleasing to your palate, and kind of ease into it. But it's like we usually say to most everybody, a good Connecticut is probably, you know, your best place to start just to see where your palate's at. How does it taste to you? Is it strong? Do you think it's too mild? And kind of, it'll take you a little bit to gauge it out, but you'll figure out, what clicks with you, what you enjoy the most, and you'll build on that. I mean, none of us, none of us, we didn't come with certificates and degrees and all this knowledge, just with like a snap of a finger. You know, we've been doing this for a lot of years.
Mm.
Y- you know, just saying.
Uh,
Back to the
subtle. I like it.
awards.
Not a weak course.
I
Hey,
like.
not a weak
No,
I
course.
like.
We've
I
been doing
like
this
that.
for quite a bit.
That was subtle.
was
All
that
right,
was
Gaz.
that?
Gaz. Stop being not so subtle.
I'm trying to teach him. He just won't learn.
Oh, I'm learning, brother. I'm not saying no more, but you know something? I got to say, just alone on that with the boutique, you know something? Great big
Yes,
shout out, of course, to the boutique companies, and you know something? I just want to say a big thank you, of course, to Brie for being our sponsor and everything,
yes,
and a great big shout out to Chantal, and also
Yes.
to, of course, Louis, to Ricky Rodriguez, and of course to George Rico. And thank you for, of course, coming on the podcast and joining us. And we had a
yes.
great time with you this year, and of course
Congratulations to every one of
last
you.
year. And yeah, congratulations to all of you on that, because it is, something. It's hard to do a list every year, and you know something. This is our personal take on what we've smoked. Of course, you can go and watch a dozen things over the end
Yeah,
of this month to next
yeah,
month. Cigar aficionado, and to be honest with you, cigar aficionado, as we've said before, do not do justice to the boutique cigar industry. They're all on about the Cubans, the big legacy brands, and you will see you'll see a great boutique cigar that getting 19th place. It's not up there at number one. You're always seeing the same kind of company winning the number one spot. To us, we're big boutique fans, so that's why we always do boutique. But tonight, of course, we decided, you know what? We'll do legacy as well, because we do smoke both. We do.
we do.
And that's the
We
thing
do.
about
Sure
us.
do.
But of course, we're gonna get into this one. And I know this is one of Grumpy's favourites. It's one of Matthew's favourites. And I gotta say it's one of mine, because I managed to smoke a lot of them. And from a great company as well. And that is,
Ba-dum-bum.
if it
And
loads,
go.
come on, you slow computer. I am thinking, ding, stick a broad
you
leaf.
Whoa!
And
you
that,
There
of
still
we
on
course,
dial
go.
is
up
what's
over
got
there or
number
what?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, still on
Yeah.
dial up, Grump. I haven't paid
You
the
still,
bill.
satellites are linking up in outer
Yeah,
space.
he's been cut back to dial up. He didn't pay the whole bill.
Drew
But of
Estate
course, we
Cigars, Nica
chose.
Rustica Broadleaf.
Yeah,
My, that
and
little,
it's
look at that.
yeah, it's a Toro. Of course, Connecticut Broadleaf is the wrapper. Mexican San Andreas Nicro, of course, the binder. And then the fillet is A grade Nicaraguan from a Stallion Jalapa. And it's a medium to full cigar. But fuck me, bros. What a smoky cigar when you smoke it.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
That
me.
big
That's a
smoke
smoke.
You're
It's
signal
a
is
smoking it
smoke
in.
nothing.
factory.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You smoke that in the house, you can't see in front of you. It's
Yeah,
like
don't smoke
fog.
that
It is.
indoors.
It's just like a bad fog. But
Yeah.
I smoked it, and you know something. I was super shocked by it. Super shocked for a budget cigar of Drew Estate
Yeah.
and a great construction, a great cigar, and that was my first cigar getting into the world of Connecticut broadleaf. And
Oh
damn,
my.
it opened my eyes up to try more Connecticut broadleaf.
Mm.
And I like the Mexican San Andreas. I like, of course, Nicaraguan cigars and what Jonathan Drew does there. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, Willie O'Hara, of course, who works for him and what he puts together. Dang, they've got some great cigars. But Grump, go with you
Yeah,
because I know this is one of your favourites, and I know Matthew, of
it is.
course, is one of yours. But go on, Grump, give us your take on the old Nica
It,
Rustica broadleaf, my brother.
man, that right there. Oh, and I know we can't. We don't talk numbers, but you'll
Uh-huh.
not find a better one in that range. Yes, it's a smoke factory, but it's also one of those that is so flavorful that you kind of find yourself trying to decide, do I chew this or do I smoke this? You know,
Yeah.
it just has that
Yeah,
kind of feel, that
I
kind of
agree with that.
flavor. You know, um, I don't know who these people shouldn't call during podcasts.
Yeah, they should know
So
better than
that's
call.
rude. It's rude. But yeah, that right there is, in that, for that range, you're not going to touch that. If you like
No,
that medium full, you're not gonna touch it.
Yeah, it's
I
absolutely one of the
think
best
I think as
value
well, Grump
cigars out there.
is
Yeah.
yeah. I think even with you, pair, with you, Grump, and with you, Matthew, and I know this because of our friendship and how long we've been riding together. I know this was a hard pick because it was between this and the Adobe Nica Rustica.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
damn, they're both great cigars. They are both great
Yeah.
cigars. But of course,
Yeah.
with me not smoking the Adobe, smoking the Nica Rustica, it's why we chose the Nica Rustica. But Matthew, what's your take on the Nica Rustica, my brother?
Well, the best thing I can say about it is that if you look in my humidor right over here, there's like 3 of them in there, and there's always at least a couple in there. And it's because you can't beat it for what it is. It is
Exactly.
just, a great flavor profile. I do really enjoy the
Brother,
Adobe
you shouldn't,
as well because
Matthew, you
the
shouldn't be
Adobe
telling me and
has
Grumpy what you shouldn't be telling me and Grumpy that.
why?
You've got 3 cigars, so does that mean there's me and Grumpy get one for Christmas?
Mm.
Is that our Christmas
Uh,
present? We're getting a Nica
it,
Rustica off you.
it
Thanks,
is
brother.
not.
We love you.
It ain't working, guys. It ain't
Listen,
working.
brother, you are getting a present this year, but it's
I
not
just
gonna
had.
be not
Dang,
gonna be a cigar, honestly,
dang.
because too difficult to get you a cigar from here.
It is, man. That's
I
just
I
I
know, brother. I
ridiculous.
know.
I am 100% gonna get you a
I'm
bottle of
just
whiskey though.
jesting with you.
Anyway,
What?
no, fantastic cigar. Uh, Beautifully done. It's it's rustic, but it's still not like it's not like it's not like a Trader Jack where it's like looks like it got rolled in the yard a couple times.
Hey, man, watch out now.
But it's a good cigar. I just really enjoy it, and for what it is, it stays in my collection all the time. And
Mhm.
I say collection, but that's only because I can't smoke faster than I buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. On to the next
So
motherfucking
we just
one.
had a
There
couple,
you go.
just had a couple of comments. Yeah, I'm just going through these comments. So of course, from Larry, cats even like it. Obviously, they say a lot to me appealing. Yeah, cats relaxing, and my cats sit around me when I have a cigar. Even my dogs, they do. And then of course, human door to relax is a good cigar. And
What?
you know something? He's put human door to relax is a good cigar. Human door.
Okay. I assume
You know
he
some.
means humidor.
You know something. Yeah. You know something. These cigars, and especially the Nicarustica, when I got to smoke that with you guys, it blew me. It blew me for what it was, and it's crazy because you'd
It
think,
is.
and we don't mention the price, of course, but for what it
Right.
is and that price
Yeah.
point, holy moly, you would put that up in that higher tier pricing than what it is. And I was blown by it, and I mean
Yeah.
blown by it,
If
and
if I could pick between that
it's
and a
crazy.
value meal, I know what I would pick.
I
Yeah,
tell you.
Just saying,
I'd put the same.
Yeah.
without
I'd put
saying.
the same.
The value meal.
So
The
of
value meal
course,
isn't
up
so great
next
anymore.
on our
Yeah. And what can I say? I mean,
up on
they
our
want to talk
of
code, we'll
course.
talk code. I got
Yeah.
Indian in me. I know how to talk code.
Oh boy.
Well, how? Yeah, I did. Smoke signals. But of course, on our on our awards night tonight, coming in at number 4 on the legacy, of course, cigars, and
Yes.
it's another great cigar. You know something, which come on, you piece of turd.
There
Yeah,
we
he's faking.
go.
So of course, at number 4,
Yeah.
we've got Arturo Fuente cigars. It's the
Mm-hmm.
Reserve Flora Fina Natural 858.
Yeah.
And you know
Here's what
something?
everybody
I
calls us
like Arturo
sellouts.
Fuente. I like Carlito. And we're not sellouts. You know something? We enjoy, of course, cigars from
Well, yeah.
Arturo Fuente. And Carlito makes great cigars. And
Mhm.
it's a
It's not
Corona
our fault.
Grande that we chose, a 6B47, Cameroonian wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler, and it's a medium cigar. And you know something? I like the natural. I've tried it. I smoke it. It's a great cigar. It's a great price cigar over here in the UK. Arturo Fuente know what they are doing with that Cameroonian wrapper. If you've never tried Cameroonian wrapper, Jesus Christ, Arturo Fuente Carlito absolutely loves that wrapper. Everything near enough of his cigars, from the Opus X's to the Hemingway to this cigar, uses that Cameroonian wrapper. And I absolutely love it. Matthew, your take on it, my bro?
Yeah, man. It's probably my favorite medium cigar that I can get, you know, on a fairly regular basis. It's just got a really nice flavor profile. That Cameroon wrapper has, a nice medium to whatever kind of like intensity. It doesn't have anything that blows your mind, but it's just a really nice cigar, and I really enjoy it. I've never had one that gave me any kind of burn issues or any kind of any issues really. Um,
Hmm.
it's what I like about Arturo Fuente cigars. I know if I'm gonna pick it up, and it's gonna smoke beautifully the whole way through, every time. Uh, and
Yeah.
that size specifically is one of my favorites by them as well. Um, The only other cigar of theirs that I love is the
Are you up to?
Hemingway, but this one is right up there.
Just
So
want to put a shout out to Andrew. So up, Andrew. Finally, my
What
brother, you
up?
found us here on YouTube, and we can see you.
Yeah.
So hope you're enjoying that Rocky Patel, my brother, and thank you for joining us
He's,
tonight.
he's
It's
asking
great
us
to
if
see you.
we've ever
It is.
had one. Actually,
Oh,
I don't
well,
know if
yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
Andrew. I'm not sure if that's the Andrew we know, because he's asking us if we've ever had a Rocky Patel.
I don't know. I'm
It
thinking.
is the Andrew that we know. It
Yeah.
is the Andrew we know. It is. I did tell
Yeah.
him to
Yeah.
come and
We've
follow us
that's
definitely
tonight.
Andrew.
Yeah,
had.
we've had Rocky Patels.
He may be
Oh
asking
yeah.
Larry that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that could be too.
He could
But
be
no, yeah,
asking Larry.
Rocky Patels are solid cigars.
They
I
are.
have my favorites.
Yeah,
I have mine that
they
I
are.
don't like.
Now this Fuente
And
858.
thank you, Larry, for that comment.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that comment.
The Fuente 858, the natural, this one here. Yes, it's very good. It's a very solid cigar, and I enjoy it. But here again, being the Candela crazy in the bunch, this same 858 also comes in a very nice Candela wrapper, also. And
I was
two of my
waiting for you to drop that one, bro.
favorites.
I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
drop that.
yeah, two of my favorites from Fuente is the 858 and the curly head, and they both come in a Candela, both of them come in a Candela wrapper. And those are two of my favorite Fuente cigars. But now the one we've got up here, we've all had it, and like you said, we all agree it's a solid cigar. So, there's no reason it shouldn't be there.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing. There's something, Carlito does a lot. And for people who don't know, Carlito, of course, fights for cigar rights. He'll fight at the Senate. He'll show up. He'll talk about the love of the cigars, what would happen to the industry. Any event that Carlito is at, it doesn't matter if he doesn't know you. He will spend that time to talk to you, to sign a box. He will make the time to talk to you and be there with you. And that's the thing. Such a humble guy, and the legacy that his father left, and now he's leaving, and so on. Andrew's
yeah.
just put, of course, here. Do you have a favorite Padron? And
I do.
Matthew, I'll talk to you about that one privately, my brother.
Yeah.
Well, on that one, I'll talk to you privately on that one with the Padron. I will.
Boy. Things got jittery for a second there.
And then, of course, we've got another comment from Larry. And Larry said, Andrew, I smoked when I went downtown Atlanta growing up, and I didn't know much about cigars other than the flavors I picked. And that's the thing. You know something?
Yeah.
We've said this before on the podcast. With me being in England, and of course, with Grumpy and Matthew being in the States and being in different parts of the States, we've all got a different taste on what we either eat, what we drink, to then when we have a cigar. Now, normally when we do our cigar reviews, we pretty much hit on similar notes, and then we might throw a curveball on what we're getting. But I'll probably say, oh, it's a bit sweet. Matthew will probably say, oh, it might be caramel. Grumpy might say, there's, you know what, that sweetness, it's a bit zesty to me, so it could be a little bit orange peel. But you know something, pretty much the normal core of the cigar, from the earth to the cedar to the coffee, we hit that, and then we'll come up, and sometimes, even if we haven't had a meal that day and we've had a cigar, and we do a cigar review, geez, the different viewpoints then we put out, even when we have a coffee with it, or we have a whiskey with it, or a beer, or Grumpy will have a stout, and then the notes that come out, it's crazy. But of course, so far on the legacy cigars tonight, we've had, of course, number 5, which is Drew Estate Cigars with the Nicaraguan broadleaf, and of course, number 4, Arturo Fuente cigars with the Reserve Flora Fina Natural 858. So up next on our
Yeah.
list, you know something, I go all gooey over this cigar because I'm such a bloody fanboy. And you know something, Matthew's a fanboy of this cigar, what he likes, but I'm an absolute fanboy of this cigar, and it's why it's on the list. And that is Drew Estate cigars again. Dang, Drew Estate cigars with the blackened M81 Maduro to the core, and of course.
Yeah.
It was a collaboration with James Hatfield of Metallica, Rob Dietrich, of course, of Black and Whiskey, and Jonathan Drew of Drew Estate. And Matthew, I'm going to go to you. What's the makeup of the cigar, my brother? And of course, we did choose the Toro, the 6B52, but what's the wrap of the binder and the film, Roy?
It is Mexico San Andreas wrapper, Connecticut broadleaf Maduro binder, Nicaraguan Pennsylvania broadleaf Maduro in the fillers. There are some specifics that I don't know off the top of my head, but Graz will tell you. There's something about a
So
sucker punch,
basically,
something or another.
Pennsylvania sucker
so
punch.
of, of course, they call it Maduro to the core because it's using all Maduro coloring tobacco. So, of course, straight away, Mexican San Andreas Maduro. Of course, Connecticut River Broadleaf. Nicaraguan USA Pennsylvanian Green River One Sucker. And it is a great cigar. It's a medium to full cigar. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it in the Toro. I've had it in Robusta. I've had it in a Corona. And you know something? I can't fault the cigar. It's not one of them to me that really packs you with that punch, as Grumpy says. It's got that dynamite in it, my brother. It's got that dynamite.
And
To me,
gunpowder.
to me, it's a nice medium, full body, full, strong, note wise, excellent burn, excellent cigar. It's one of my top favorites, and well done to Drew Estate for, of course, getting third place. But Grump, I'm gonna go to you
Yeah.
first, my brother. And little side note for everyone who doesn't know, but Grumpy, for his birthday, had the Metallica, of course, blackened M81 Maduro, and then the night after he had the shade to black, the S84. And Grumpy might have had nicotine poisoning that night because he was white as a ghost. But apart from that, Grump, how did you enjoy the cigar, my brother?
Well, like I said, I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love this cigar, but it's one of those that you have this after you've had a nice full meal. You know, don't have this on an empty stomach. You know, just take that into consideration. Oh,
Yes, sir.
and like he said, and the funny thing about this cigar is everything that somebody that wants a full bodied cigar. I mean, it even comes with gunpowder and everything. I mean, you know, when the tobacco is called Pennsylvania sucker punch. I mean, come on, you know
Yeah.
that if that don't give it away right there. I
Yeah.
mean, this cigar is an excellent cigar, but you got to be ready for it. You got to know
Oh, yeah.
what that cigar is capable of, and the whole weird thing of it that we've all experienced is the fact that just like that second night, I had the S84 shade to black, which is basically the same cigar with a lighter wrapper.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it's
Ecuadorian
a
rapper.
it
Of course,
but it's
Ecuadorian,
like a
Connecticut.
yeah but it's like a but it ends up being like a totally different cigar,
Oh yeah.
you know. But it's still got that it's still got that same gunpowder, you know. But the wrapper makes such a difference in the overall flavor, and it's just weird. But
Yeah.
that right there is, you know, that is an excellent excellent little piece of art from Drew Estates right there. That I mean, there's just really nothing that you can find wrong with that. It's an excellent cigar.
Yeah, it's like you've said though as well, Grump. Even when you smoked it, and I know Matthew's going to give his take, it
Yeah,
creeps up on you. It can
it
creep. It can
does.
creep up on you
Yes.
so quick, and you're like, "Wow, geez, okay." And it gets
Yeah,
more
yeah.
full octane, and that pepper kicks in, and that pepper is the kicker. That
Hmm.
really gets there. It gets in the nostrils. It gets on the back of the palate, and you're like, "Wow."
Yeah.
But of course, Matthew, your take on the M81, my brother, and why it came on the list.
Well, I mean, I'm real fresh with it right now because I'm about
Yeah.
2/3 of the way into one. Um,
I'm two
I've got
thirds
the.
in. What do you think I'm going to say?
I love this cigar. I will say the size we picked is not my favorite size for it. But that's that's the standard size that I think everybody kind of gravitates to, so I get it. I like the Corona best with this cigar because it gives me more of that wrapper. It gives me more of that pepper. Um, this in the Corona Double, I'm getting the tons of pepper on the retro hail. I'm getting that beautiful leather and cocoa notes. Little bit of an earthy note on the back end. It's just a
Yep.
fantastic cigar. I think I shocked it a little with the humidity change from the humidor to my basement
Mm-mm.
because I've got a little bit of crackage in the wrapper, but that's my fault, not the cigars. Um, but other than that, it's burning great. Not had any problems. Yeah, it's just a great all around cigar. That again, if you're looking at humidor over there, there's at least a couple of them in there. It's one
Yeah,
of those
am I?
things where
Of
it's like
course.
you never I never let myself run out of them, because I just
Yeah.
if I want this flavor, this is the only place I can get it. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
so
It
many
it
that
it
are
get it gets me though.
if you look at
It
our
gets me
list
with
and
the
you
whole
look
cigar. Yeah, go on, Matthew.
like I'm just saying, like if you look at our list and you look at what the internet says the flavor profile of all these cigars is, I think about 7 of the 10 have all the same notes that are going to listed for this cigar. But each one of
Uh-huh.
them, when you smoke it, is a different experience. So that's why, like, really, I think it's important to sit and think and sit and enjoy these cigars
Yeah.
because you can't
Oh
just
yeah.
go, well, this one and this one say they have the same notes, so I don't need to try that one. No, man, they are gonna give you a
No.
totally different experience, and it's
Yeah.
just it really shows the artistry behind all of this because yes, we
Oh
have
yeah.
similar notes, but they are delivered in such a different way. And I just fall more in love with this lifestyle and these pieces
Well,
of art every time.
another thing too. That we always like to stress and get out there. Uh, as far as talking about the flavor profiles and stuff like that,
Hmm.
the versatility or versatile whatever that is, the diversity
Yep.
amongst the
Diversity.
three of us and like diet, and different things of that nature and what we drink and
Oh yeah.
things like that. So, just because somebody else don't like something, don't rule it out until you
Hmm.
try it yourself. I mean, because your palate may be receptive to totally different things. Just because somebody else didn't like it, that don't mean you're not gonna like it. At least give it the shot. I mean, these guys will tell you. Drew Estates has been on here a couple of times tonight, but they have an entire line that I won't
Oh
touch.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But
there's a
they have,
lot.
but just like you see where they're at though with these other things that, just because they have that one entire line of cigars that I just despise, that does not mean that I'm gonna throw Drew Estates out the window because of
Yeah,
things, just at this right here. I mean, produce a
you know
product like
something.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, even even with
I mean,
this cigar being, of course, the blackened. You've
yeah.
listened to Metallica, blackened, and in the lyrics, blackened in the end, deadly nicotine. That deadly nicotine is that Pennsylvanian sucker. That is that deadly nicotine. And you know something? I'm a big fan. I had the whiskey, and I
Me
absolutely
too.
enjoyed the whiskey. I've got the ashtray that's James Hetfield's guitar. I've got a cigar poker that's the M81 cigar poker that I had made from, of course, Cigar Piper. And I'm a big Metallica fan. I absolutely love this cigar. I love how it was put together in lockdown. James Hetfield, Rob Dietrich sitting there. Rob Dietrich being friends, of course, with Jonathan Drew. Jonathan Drew sending a big, massive care package of all these cigars and the smoking the cigars, writing the notes down to what they wanted, to them finally to come up with this. I smoked it 3 years back and was blown with it. I had a fight with the cigar shop where I go and sing to him, Luke, you need to get this cigar. Talk to your importer. Come on, you're on the Drew Estate diplomatic program. Get this cigar in the UK. Keep fighting to it finally be here in the UK. It was like a big, massive fight to get it here. And I'm so fortunate now that it's here and I get to smoke it. And of course, we've just had another comment. So this is, of course, from Larry. And he's put, see you all next time, guys. Great work, excellent show, and good analysis of the flavours. And clear thanks for doing this. Larry, we've still got another two to go, my brother, on this list.
Yeah, man.
So stay tuned because we've still got another two. We have, and of course, at number two, and I know Matthew's getting a fanboy now because Matthew's a big, massive fanboy of this company, and of course, it is AJ Fernandez, and it's the Diaz de Gloria Brazil that we were gifted by Laurel Tilly when she joined us on the podcast. And dang, what a cigar this was! And
Oh yeah.
it's one of the cigars that I managed to keep in the humidor and not smoke it before the podcast. And it was a
Which
Toro, and it was a
was a
6.5
challenge.
52 Brazilian Matafina wrapper, binder Nicaraguan, and fill in Nicaraguan, and it's a medium to full. Matthew, your take on the Diaz de Gloria Brazil, bro?
Sorry, just took a sip of barrel proof. Needed a second. Um.
he like he
So
like a bad waitress, ain't he?
I gotta be honest. The Brazilian Matafina is one of my absolute favorite wrappers. I
Yes,
just love the
yes.
notes of cocoa and espresso that you get from it. Um, this cigar is one of my absolute favorites out of AJ Fernandez. It comes in that box press. It's got that great open draw that a box press has. Um, I have not had any burn issues with it, which I know some people don't like a box press because of the
Hmm.
burn, but I've not had any issues with that. I think Grumps even smoked pretty good, and it had tire tracks in it.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
yeah.
it's just a great cigar. And while I absolutely love everything that is touched by the hands of AJ Fernandez, and I will preach to the heavens until the day I die about how he's my favorite blender. Um, I think the unique thing about this cigar is that there's this sort of dark dried fruit note in it that just blows me away. And I just absolutely love it, and I think it pairs so wonderfully with whiskey. It's hands down one of my favorite cigars. It is a beautiful package too.
Yeah, it is. And of
Yeah.
course, Larry just put that does sound most appealing to me because it's sweet, like the Bailey's cigar. I concur.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, Larry, the
Yeah, that
difference in the difference you're gonna get is that this sweetness is a very subtle sort of behind the scenes sweetness. It is not a in your face sweetness. Um, I like to say that the notes that we get on these cigars is more of a memory of what a flavor is, and you get that, and it kind of hits your palate, and you go, "Oh,
yeah,
that reminds me of this." It's not so much an aggressive flavor of chocolate or raisins or molasses, but it is there. You have to sit with
yeah,
it and think about it to get it.
yeah,
That's where, like, I have arguments with people all the time with taste notes on bourbon. They're like, all I taste is gasoline. How do you taste anything? It's like, well,
yeah.
I
He
spent a
just
lot of
asked if
time.
it's savoury. So is it a
Um,
savoury tasting?
I don't know if I would call it savory. It's a little earthy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, the,
It's got a little bit of a bitterness to it that comes with the cocoa and espresso notes, like a good dark roast coffee.
yeah, it's a really
I,
yes.
I don't find anything that takes me in that savory umami kind of meaty flavor note, but um,
Mm-mm.
that's not a bad thing either.
The
Um,
pepper's nice in it as well. The pepper on it.
the pepper
That's
is
got a nice
really
bit of
nice.
pepper to it. I love.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't
not.
know because it's been a minute, but I feel like it was in the back of my mouth when I
Yeah,
smoked it.
in the back of
The
mine, to be
pepper
honest.
wasn't like right in
Yeah.
the front; it was back here.
Yeah, it's one of them
Um,
throat peppers.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it anyway. But it's been a little bit. But yeah, no, I love that
Yeah.
cigar, and again, I love everything he does. So
Yeah,
Grump,
that.
you'll take on the
Oh,
Diablo in Brazil, bro.
you've heard me say before, talking about and the Matafina rappers. I'm pretty sure
Mm.
one of them. That the certain there's certain dark rappers that have this aroma to them, and to me, it is like if you know what Bruton sweet snuff smells like. And the reason saying that takes me back to memories of my grandmother, because she was one of them older ladies that she sat with the coffee can next to the end of the couch, and that can of Bruton snuff sitting on the little table next to the couch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just that aroma that was always around her. And there's certain cigar wrappers that have that same deep but very sweet aroma to them, and it just like takes me right back. Boom, you know.
Yeah.
And everything Matthew was talking about, the darkness, the bold flavors and stuff like that. Yeah, it's every bit in that. Even, and the tire track thing, that they ain't lying. It looked like a forklift had done run over it and poked it when I got it. But man,
Yeah, your
that
your package was battered and bruised. It was.
but
And you,
and it still smoked excellent. It was still a wonderful cigar. And like I said, man, it's one of those that just um you could chew it and be happy, even if you couldn't light it. You know.
you know something.
absolutely.
I went up and picked a couple more of them because after the first one, of course, I knew we were talking to Laurel, and I got to say most of the notes, but I wanted to sit again and smoke it, and even the second, the third, the fourth time, dang, that cigar is a great cigar. And you know something, like Matthew, and we take the wet out of him because, of course, he is a big fanboy on AJ, but AJ does make some great
Guilty
cigars.
as
And you got to
charged.
think, a lot of
Yeah.
companies go to AJ, like, of course, Foundation, like, of course, Diesel Cigars, and so forth, that have their cigars made there because AJ knows what he's doing. He is
Yes,
a
sir.
master blender. He knows his tobacco. And
Yeah.
you know something, even from that devastating fire that they had, of course, at the factory that burnt most of the stock, to then see the kindness of all the rest of the cigar factories to get involved and getting back into production, it was great to see. And AJ is a very humble guy. Even Laurel Tilly, big shout out to Laurel for coming on the podcast with us. She was very humble when she came on. I think she's got a bit of a thing for Grumpy because Grumpy was blushing like a schoolgirl every time she was talking to him. He got that big rosy cheekies. He was.
I'm everybody's grandfather, man. You know, I'm the old hippie grandpa that nobody had, so I get to be everybody's papa.
There you go.
Well,
Larry knows
I've said
exactly
it
what
many.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I've said it many times, Grump. You are basically the grandfather figure of the group. Matthew's like the older brother. You're the grandfather of the group. It's why I enjoy doing this with
Yeah,
you both. But of course,
yeah.
next up on the list. So of course, big drum roll again for our number one.
Are we there
And
already?
our yeah, we're there already.
Goodness.
And our number one of legacy cigars, and of course, it got number one, is the CAO Amazon Basin. And I know people are gonna go, guys, why did you choose this? Why have you chosen the Amazon Basin? The Amazon Basin is such a hard cigar to get. We can't get it. Well,
Because it
it
blew
depends
my
on where you shop
fucking mind.
because some of them have got it in still. And of course, we have smoked the Toro, the 6052. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Sumatra. The binder is Nicaraguan. And the filler is Brazilian Braga, Braganca, and Colombian Dominican. And it's a medium to full. But the whole thing on the cigar, the tobacco is grown in the Amazon rainforest. And that's why it's so unique. And also, of course, as was mentioned by Grumpy, the work that Ricky Rodriguez did. Ricky Rodriguez from West Tampa had a hand when he worked at CAO getting this cigar made. And this is, of course, one of his
Yeah.
master childs that he had made. And it's a great cigar. I've smoked it. We're very lucky enough to have it in the UK and for me to pick up. The unique thing about the cigar is you burn through, it's, of course, got on the wrapper, it's got the bind. And when I mean about the bind, it's basically what holds the tobacco together. So once, of course, they get the tobacco, they take the stem out and they wrap the stem around the cigar. And as you burn through the cigar, it burns through the stem. And it gives you that little bit of extra nicotine kick. But dang, it's a great cigar and I've enjoyed it. Grumpy, your take on the CEO Amazon Basin, my brother.
Yeah, man. It's like what can you say? I mean, how you supposed to if you have been blessed enough to be able to sit and enjoy this cigar with whatever your favorite pairing is. I'm you know, everybody has their favorites, but I mean, it's not something I can go get every day, but it is something that, you know, is if I was gonna celebrate something, that man, that to me, you know, I would be happy with that right there to celebrate any special occasion. You know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
You know,
it's just an amazing cigar, and you
it isn't
just
the Toro, but you smoked it, of course, and Matthew has. In
yeah
the other side, of course, the new little dagger, the Amazon Basin dagger. And
yeah
of course, I just wanted to put that out there. Go on, Grum, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah.
No, you're good, man. Those daggers are good little, you know. It's like Matthew said. That's the daggers. They may be a little bit different as far as profile goes, but it's an excellent. Those daggers are an excellent, you know, sit with a cup of coffee, morning meditation, things of that nature. Those daggers are perfect sizes for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Larry's
Larry,
just put, does he hold the chocolate flavor at all?
I would say it has a dark cocoa kind of note, um,
Hmm.
Yeah,
sort of like a cacao nib, uh, where it's a little bit bitter, a little bit sweet. It has a ton of nice pepper in it. Again, obviously you're seeing some of my favorite flavor profiles coming out on this list. You know,
hey, they're there, brother. They're there. I mean,
and you said
Hmm.
it when you said celebratory cigar. This was literally the cigar that I smoked when we found out my wife was free of cancer,
see,
and it was the just such a beautiful moment. That very well may be, what sold me on it so much. But even smoking those little daggers, I've now bought a second pack of those. I've gone through them. I just love those little things.
yeah, I
So
got to
like
go
to
all the way to
me,
Dothan to get them.
it's hard to beat. It's really, really hard to beat. And it was just the most impressive cigar that I smoked this year. And that's why I fought
Yep.
like hell to get it on this list. And, while I know that, like, there's a lot of people that will sit there and tell you it's a shit cigar, and I just don't understand. Only thing I can think of is those people are into much more mild flavor profiles than I am. Um,
Who
Yep.
knows?
yeah, I don't even know. I don't understand it. It's literally the best cigar I've smoked all year. It just, yeah, it's just such a
Something
wonderful
though.
and
It's like you've just said there, though, Matthew. People might say and diss the cigar. You got to think CAO, right? They make some excellent cigars.
oh
We
yeah,
we could have chosen anywhere from the bones to the mortal coil to this
the
to the
BX3.
flatheads, you name it, from CAO. Yeah, BX3. We could have chosen anything,
Yeah,
but this cigar stands out,
it
and it
does.
stands out because of the taste profile, the burn, even the look of the cigar. It's that nice rugged, no band. You'll see most of the cigars on this list tonight, they've had them nice fancy bands. This is
Yeah,
straight out cigar. Luke's
Yeah.
cigar. No band. You don't need a band on this cigar. You know straight away. If you pick this up, it's an Amazon Basin by CAO.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
great cigar. Ricky Rodriguez,
hmm,
mastermind behind it. You can't fault Ricky with what he brings out. Even like I said, with the Circle of Life. Ricky's own ones from West Tampa, CEO's ones. And this was the thing about this list. There's so many cigars, and when we sat and we're going through to them, we're like, what about this cigar? Well, yeah, we could put it on the list, but this one stands out more. And
Yeah.
like we said, this is from what we've smoked this year. This is our personal take in our awards night on this. And
Yeah.
we know a lot of people have smoked these cigars and enjoyed them. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with what we picked out on this list. And by all means, we don't mind that because everyone's got their own take on what they would put on a
exactly.
list and where they put a cigar as number one or number two or number three or number four or number five. But to
Yeah.
us, this is ours, and you've got to think alone on this list, we just haven't chosen. And I've got to word this right. As we know with the cigar industry, it's a male dominant zone with male cigar makers.
Yeah.
But you've now got a look of female cigar smokers and makers.
Hmm.
Brie, honeybee, everything she's doing at the moment with her coffee, her cigars, her presence on
Oh,
social media,
did
what
I
she's
did I
doing,
mention?
yeah, her sponsoring us and riding with us and Hiveling family, cigar family, riding hard together. You've got to look at what Chantel's putting. You've got to look at what Laurel Tilley's doing in the industry for AJ.
Yeah.
You've got to look at Cohista Cigars, the two sisters that are working together making these cigars. You've got to look, of course, at Ernesto's daughter, with what she's doing for the company now and pushing EP Carrillo out there, or Casa Carrillo, as they're now called. There's a lot, and we couldn't just do a list of male-only cigars. We needed to put the sisters out there because the sisters make great cigars. You look at boutique cigars are under 1 million cigars a year. Legacy are over 1 million cigars. That's why there's the difference of legacy or boutique. And boutique cigars aren't afraid to use different wrappers, different fillers, different binders to bring you these excellent cigars. Even some of the legacy brands now, they are looking at it and going, you know what? Yeah, we've pretty much used all our resources with Nicaraguan tobacco. We now need to use Honduras. We now need to use Dominican. We now need to use Corojo. We need to use Brazilian or Mexican, whatever they're going to use in that cigar. And this is the thing about it. They're all making great cigars. And this list was an absolute banger of a list of the cigars we chose. And, of course, we're going to say a thank you for watching. But we're not finished yet, of course. By all means, we're not finished.
Of course not.
But just want to put this slide out, of course. And it says, thank you for watching. And, of course, that was our cigar list. And you know something? I got to say tonight alone with the cigar list. And dang.
Well,
oh, bollocks.
Did he?
Matthew.
I started saying, it wasn't me. I did not touch anything. I didn't touch a
I
thing.
pressed the wrong button.
I'm just hanging in the corner, brother. I ain't touched nothing.
Now I'm sad.
Sorry, Matthew. But you think alone tonight on this list, and you look again at the boutique, and of course, we're just going to run it down because going through all the production would be for another hour, of course. And Honeybee, of course, with the Lost Reaper, straight away at number 5. Number 4, Wildcard by Balladama. Number 4, Lewis Cigars with the Fish Sticks Rothschild. Of course, number 2, West Tampa Tobacco Company with the Circle of Life. Number 1, of course, in Boutique, and got the award for Boutique of the Year, was Granabano with the Black Dahlia. Then we go through, of course, Legacy, as we've just finished off. And, of course, number 5 was Drew Estate with the Nica Rustica Broadleaf. Then at number 4, we had the 858 Natural by Arturo Fuente. Then, of course, number 3, the M81 Blackened Maduro by Drew Estate. Number 2, of course, Matthew's fanboy cigar, AJ Fernandez with the Diaz de Gloria Brazil. And then, of course, our number 1 cigar of Legacy that was awarded was the CAO Amazon Basin. And I think it's a strong list this year, guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a strong list what we put out. I do.
Well, we all agreed on it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, I mean, why should we be upset with it? We sitting,
Cigars
we sitting
like a good woman. Anything satisfying, fishing, or doing a cast such as this. Great work and idea. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks.
You know something?
Yeah, man.
This is the second one. 2 years running in second cigar awards. Dang. What about next year, brothers? And what we're going to choose next year? Holy shit.
I don't know.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one next year.
There ain't no telling where we're going to be this time next year. I mean,
hopefully on the right side of the dirt. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're going, but I mean, we might, we might get rockets strapped to us. We might be shooting to the moon.
You think so?
I'm
It's a great
gonna keep the positive outlook on it anyway. I mean, as long as they don't make it, where you got to be specialized or whatever to have a podcast, we'll be all right.
The interesting is knowing what you'll be trying next year. And I like to try the same cigar. And you know something, we've got some great shows coming up, and we've only got 3 more shows before the Christmas break. Now,
Yeah.
there is an idea in the works that we might come back on the 30th of December, just before New Year, and smoke a cigar and get together and do a quick podcast. And that's an idea that we're coming up with. So bear with us, and we'll let you know more towards that date. But we've got our sponsor coming on the 16th, and you need to be
Yes.
there because we've got some big news coming out. And I mean
sir.
big news that's going to be hitting, and some exciting things of what Bree's got coming next year. And well, I'm not saying no more. You gotta be here to watch it on the 16th. I'm not saying no
I
more.
started
Be
saying,
there
look, you know,
or be square.
there you go, man. I mean, can't be telling you everything, you know, right here,
Oh,
right
no.
now. You know, some things you just got to come find out on your own.
Mm,
That's right.
But you ain't gonna want to miss it. That's, you know,
yeah, I think when we look at next year, you know something. When you look at what the guys and the girls are bringing out at PCA, what they're bringing out, of course, at Interbac, and what they've been making this year to bring out next year, there's some great cigars coming out. And
Oh yeah.
you look at,
yeah.
of course,
Stay tuned. That's it.
you look at Basentia bringing out great cigars. AJ's bringing out new great cigars. West Tampa, all of them. Even Balladoma. Balladoma has just done their anniversary cigar that's coming out. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to, of course, bringing Balladoma back and talking about her new cigar. And there's so many, you know something, there's so many other guests that we haven't on the podcast, and we're going to be bringing. And we're looking forward to what next year's bringing. But also, what I want to say, we don't celebrate it in the UK, but I'm going to put it out. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody in the United States. And thank you, of course, for watching. Thank you, of course, for subscribing and liking. And, you know something, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. Of course,
Yes, sir.
like I say all the time, without Matthew and without Grumpy, I wouldn't be doing this. And it's great to sit with my brothers, do this award show tonight, and talk about the cigars that we enjoy. And Grump, how's that Candela treating you, brother? How's that Candela treating you? That Lost Reaper, of course, that got number 5.
Let me just say, of course, I had to take the band off of it. We're getting up in there into the juicy part,
Mm-hmm.
but man, it keeps that nice sweet grassiness that Candela should have.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps that solid throughout.
Yep.
When it gets up in here, when you get that kind of that shot of that kind of tea leaf kind of thing, it's a little more intense up in here than it was down there at the end. But and it just has like a little bit of a leather feel on the back of the tongue, but it's nothing, you know, it's nothing to like be worried about. But
Yep.
yeah, that sweet grassiness and that light roasty hay kind of thing, man, that whole that's holding solid, even though it's amping up, but it's holding solid.
Yeah. You know
Excellent,
something,
excellent.
this Circle of Life has really got that chewy, meaty taste now. And this, of course, is coming at the back end. And dang, it's burning great. And you know something, Larry, we appreciate all the comments tonight. And Andrew, of course, if you're still watching.
Yeah, man.
And like Larry's put, great conversation, always interesting, so thank you. And to everyone that's watched us, of course, on Rumble, everyone that's, of course, watched us there on Instagram, you know something, we want to put it to all the companies that have come on and to all the companies that have given us care packages. All of you deserve an award. And you know something, if we sat
You
here,
do, man.
we'd be here for another 4 hours. We would still here for another 4
That's
hours.
right.
Of course, introducing all your cigars because you all win an award in our eyes from the Cigar Loons.
Yeah,
And
everybody.
you know something. Last year, everyone won that first place in my eyes. It was hard to put them in the places where they were. The same as tonight. Everyone deserves
Yeah.
an award, and they all make great cigars. That's the thing.
That's right.
I can't fault him. Can't fault him on the burn. Can't fault him on the construction. I can't fault him on the notes of the cigars. And that's the thing. And Andrew, are you smoking tonight, my brother? I know you're still here. So if you're
Yeah.
smoking, of course, tell us
Well, you
what
smoking?
cigar you've got. What cigar you've got going, my brother? And hope you're okay.
Yeah. Well, you smoking, man? Have we had it? But yeah, I just want just like you said, man. I just want to take a second to say basically that same thing, man. Is I mean, and all the contacts we've been blessed to have made since we've been doing this.
Yeah.
And I hope they all have a blessed Thanksgiving or however they celebrate. Uh, and the thing I want to say thank you to all of the people who have been on. You know, it is thank you for taking the time. Out of your schedules to come spend time with us. Virtually three guys that enjoy a cigar with high aspirations and high hopes. But we got to thank you for taking time out of your schedule just to come and be with us, answer our crazy questions, and spend time in our crazy world. And I just want to say thank you to every one of you guys that have ever been on our podcast for taking that time out of your schedule, and hope these holidays coming up are blessings.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Matthew?
Yeah. This year has been quite a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And without the two of you, I'd be in a much different spot. And without you people that come in and you listen and you engage with us and you ask us questions and you make us feel like we're actually doing something here. And I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
These cigars, I'd probably be smoking a lot of them regardless of whether they were sent to me or not. I'd probably be, putting pictures on Instagram, but you guys give me the opportunity to come out and actually tell you what I'm getting out of it, what I think about it, and you let us dig a little deeper, and I love that, and I really appreciate it. And like Grumpy said, all the people that come on and give us their time, that is such a wonderful thing. I don't expect anything from anybody, and that
No.
people will give us their hard-earned time. I think it's just such a great thing, and I appreciate it. So
Right.
Yeah. I
cheers.
just want to put a shout out as well, and to past members, of course, of the Cigar Loons, and put a shout out to Cigar Piper, and we hope he has a great Thanksgiving. And something, go and check out his content because he does some great content. Of course, to Jesse from Tobacco G Sticks.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Jesse and his content and what he's doing, of course, for Briat Belladonna, and to everyone else. Of course, hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and have a great time. And
Honeybee.
even though we sit here and we jest and have a laugh and we crack the jokes, something, it's what we do. It's that brotherhood and that familyhood. And as I will say, and I've said it before, I speak to Grumpy, I speak to Matthew every single day through WhatsApp. If I'm not in WhatsApp with him, I'm in Discord. If I'm not in Discord, we're doing something. We're either collaborating on Instagram, doing a post together, like Grumpy, like Matthew. And of course, if you haven't checked out Grumpy and checked out Matthew, you can go and check out Grumpy. It's cigar underscore preacher 58. If you haven't checked out Matthew, it's Vitola _and proof. And if you haven't checked out me, of course, it's Rocky _cigar _n _pipe _review. And we all bring out different content. We're all bringing out different cigars, what we put on our post. And as Matthew said, of course, cheers, everybody. And I will say in Welsh, Yakida. So Yakida. Into good health. Good health. good times, and you know something, enjoy that with your family over Thanksgiving and over the Christmas period. And like I say, we will be live anyway in the next coming weeks. So we've got 3 more shows, maybe 4, and we're going to be bringing you some bangers again. And also, another bit of news for anyone watching. This old crazy guy to my left or down the bottom or wherever he's sitting, who sits in that corner, the veggie, as he always says, is now stepped into the old world of podcasting. So, of course, if you haven't checked out Grumpy, go and check out Grumpy_Coffee_Talk Show. And you can find him on rumble.com. And big shout out to rumble.com for, of course, letting us do our podcast on there. Big shout out to YouTube. Big shout out to Instagram.
Yes.
But go and check out Grumpy. And you know something? Great show that he put out last night that's there. Of course, Grumpy's got some shorts that are coming live in the next couple of days. So make sure to check him out, subscribe, and follow, because Grumpy's going to be doing a show every week, from news to conspiracy theories to, of course, scripture in the Bible and whatever comes up in his crazy old head. We never know what Grumpy's going to come up with.
the ramblings and the musings of a crazy old man.
But now he's left on his own doing it. This show could go anywhere but what Grumpy's doing. Trust me.
And it probably will.
He makes us pucker on the show.
Let's say he's on his best behavior here. So.
Yeah, I am. I mean,
he is tonight. He hasn't made us pucker up.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, we've look. We got reputations to keep. You know, we try to keep this. You know, I'm rarely ever am I the one who throws the family rating in the toilet. You know. And that's usually one of you two.
What?
Don't what me.
What?
I never.
We don't know best behavior.
Yeah, you are tonight, and I'm proud of both of you tonight. I'm proud of both of you.
I think the F word count is only at 2 for me tonight, so we're good.
I think so. Something like I said, I'm proud of both of you. You've done well.
But yeah, you know something. Thanks to everybody for watching tonight and tuning in, and we really appreciate it. But from
that's low
me,
vibe,
as always,
Larry. That's couch potato stuff.
Yeah. As I always say to finish off the show, stay smoky, Matthew.
Listen, nobody else listens, but hopefully you guys will. Don't start none. There won't be none. Grumpy.
As always, I love you. Abba Father loves you too. But if he's not driving, switch seats with him, because you're getting ready to crash. Catch me next time. Later, y'all.
And of course, we will be live next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. And of course, if you're in England, it'll be midnight. And we'll catch you next week. Enjoy. Stay smoky.
In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The 3 amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, a spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter, and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a gleam. The Cigar Loons are living at the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day, with tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen. The Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a gleam. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loons until the very end.